Today I want to go over the parking lot sale that's going to start on Monday, October 6th, going through October 12th of 2025. If you're an ITC member, you get early access starting on the 6th. If not, it will start on October 10th for you on Friday like usual. So this video, I kind of want to go through a few items. This is the preview that they're doing, so we can actually see what's going to be included, or at least what should be included, because I know I personally had a few questions on what is going to actually be included in some of these sales. So, you know, the sales on the top here, these are kind of your basic ones that they typically go through. You know, got some cutoff wheels, the angle grinder, gloves, the step bits, and the impacts. But, you know, for us, I think the main ones we're looking at is probably going to be these two right here, the 20% off of US General carts and cabinets, 35% off of pliers and screwdrivers from all the different brands. Starting here, you know, for me, I know I had the question of what's actually going to be included in this, because it said carts and cabinets promotion, didn't say chests. So, you know, when I heard about this, I thought, okay, well, you're going to get the cabinets like this here, you're going to get the carts like this and this, but when I went through this, I noticed that the hutches are included, the top chests are included, service trays, pretty much everything. So here, as I'm kind of going through this, you can see what's included. But basically, it looks like everything US General, the 27, the 42, the 56, and the 72, both the bottom rolling cabinets, the top chests, the hutches. So everything's going to be 20% off. If they do this how they typically do it, you'll probably be able to just walk in and order it. And a lot of these things will take about 2 or 3 weeks for them to get in stock. So that's kind of basically what I'm thinking is going to happen here. So let's go back to where we were. If I can figure out how to do that, give me 1 second. And here we go. So I apologize. It's one of the first times I use kind of this recording tool on Windows. Next up is the 35% off of all screwdrivers and pliers promotion, and I'm just going to kind of go through this really quickly. You got a pop up right there, but it looks like, you know, certain things that, you know, what we weren't sure if were going to be included, things like you know, vice grips, if they could, you know, consider that pliers, but it says it right there in the name. I know I had a question before if they consider things like diagonal cutters, flush cuts, things like that, and I see, you know, all of those coming in through here. So it looks like pretty much anything that you would consider a screwdriver or plier, or anything kind of close, is going to be included in this promotion. Even things like, you know, aviation snips, which I was a little bit surprised to see. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. This actually is probably going to be a decent deal, the electronics repair kit. I know Doc at Last Best Tool just did a video about that one. And it looks like it's, you know, almost a direct copy of the iFixit tool, which gets a lot of good reviews. Impact screwdrivers, that might be a good one to pick up if you don't have that in your collection. And here's the Quinn version as well. And let's see what else we got going on. More aviation snips. This I did a video on recently. Great little set of precision screwdrivers, especially with the fact that it comes with the tray or the bag to take with you. And let's continue on. As you can see, a lot of these are going to be in-store only. You know, one kind of quick comment on this is they're doing the parking lot sale, like I said, next week starting on October 6th. However, if they follow their normal plan, typically what's going to happen is they're going to continue on, and the following weekend they'll kind of do an encore of it, but usually the encore will also include online purchases. Now, not everything they sell is available online, unfortunately, but I know in the past some of their items that were highly in demand, like the Icon service general service sets, I was able to pick up online the following week when I wasn't able to get them, you know, in the store that week. But as you can see here, you know, pretty much anything and everything you can think of is going to be included. Even these aviation and tinner snips that they have, that I probably wouldn't really consider as normal pliers, you know, end nippers, things like that. So a little bit of everything they have going on. So let's see what else is questionable. Now, the corded power tools, I'm not really going to go through that. The batteries, you guys kind of know. I usually skip the batteries. I did a video on this right when the actual physical flyer came out. So I'm not going to go through every single line item like I did back then. But this thing's always a good deal. $99 for the jack. A lot of the other stuff on this page is going to be basically similar stuff. And as you can see, we got lots of smaller stuff up here. And, I don't want this video to be too long because I'm actually probably going to do another video where I'm kind of going through all of the things that I basically currently own that are through here to see if it's something that you guys might want or something that you should skip depending on kind of what I think about it. But just wanted to do another quick overview. And again, for me, I think the biggest thing was going to be on that front page, specifically, the 20% off of all U.S. General. I have a U.S. General 56-inch cart. I'm sorry, roller cabinet, and with two end lockers. I mean, that's kind of great that they're including the end lockers as well for 20% off. I mean, usually the best time to get these is when you get that 125% off of anything, but usually you can only use it on one item. This 20% off, you can build your entire basic setup and get a decent amount off. Now, just because it's 20% off, they do have some better sales every once in a while. Like, for example, when I got my roller cart, or roll cab I should say, it was around Christmas time in 2024, and $8.99 was a regular price, and they had it on sale for $5.99, and that's when I kind of decided to pull the trigger on that. But with 20% off, you're going to get probably about, what is that, maybe $170, $180 off of this, which is still going to make it, I think, a pretty good deal. But I think more likely than not, I will be picking up this top chest in green, so I can kind of finish out that set that I have. And give myself a little bit more space. So tell me, what do you guys think? Were you guys surprised to see that the top chests were included and the lockers were included and things like that? Just because, again, the verbiage on the sale just said all U.S. General carts and cabinets. This, I don't think we're surprised to see that there's so many different kinds of pliers and screwdrivers. If you don't have, especially the Icon stuff, this is a great time to stock up on those Icon pliers. If you're not an ITC member, it's a good time to kind of join, just because a lot of the good stuff is probably going to be sold out by the time Friday hits, and all the non-ITC members are lining up to make these purchases. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.